Hello, this is Tim Campbell at Action Coach Business Coaching with my Survive and Thrive Business Spotlight series. The purpose is to interview local business owners and promote them through my email database as well as social channels and to give them some coaching. This is a free service I'm doing because if we save every business, we save the economy. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Marty. Welcome, Marty. It's great to have you on the program today.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Well, let's start with tell us a little bit about yourself as well as your business.
Well, personally, I've been married almost 49 years, father of 2 sons, 6 grandsons, no girls other than the ones they bring into the fold, which is good. We need some of that femininity. I'm a churchgoer, been an elder for many, many years. Do some counseling, just a variety of things like that. And during the pandemic, I did some counseling in my studio. So, and then I officiate weddings besides all the other stuff I do. So I officiated about 4 or 5 weddings during this pandemic. People came to the studio because they couldn't find an officiant. You know, life is, I cannot complain about my life. It's been very good. It's been full of action, as in your name there, full of things going on. I can say that I think life is pretty good for the most part. I don't
Congratulations
have
on
to complain.
49 years of marriage. That's incredible.
Thanks.
So tell us about your business.
Well, I have several things in the works, but I started off with doing photography over 40 years ago. And in that 40 years, I started doing a lot of freebies, and some people would tip me and some people would buy film for those who are in the film world. And then in 2005, I incorporated. My corporate job just said, we don't need you anymore. And I was 55 at that time. So I'm 71 now. And I go all the time. So I started Belló Romance Photography. That's the logo on my shirt. And then I noticed that we're in Indiana. So I just started studying people's portraits because I like to do portraits and I'm all about the eyes. Obviously, my lighting is not really good here. I need to set up a good light for me. But I noticed a lot of portraits were really bad and people put them online and hope they draw business. But if you have a really bad headshot, nobody's going to talk to you because they want to see your headshot first. And they don't call. People think, oh, I'm okay. I don't need a headshot. Well, how'd you like to triple your business? Well, a good headshot proves that. And I've been through that. So about 7 years ago, I launched White Hot Headshot. And clean backgrounds, all about the eyes and looking straight at the camera. Very simple, flat images, but good lighting around the face. And it's been a good start. I actually do more of those than I do the weddings. So, and then because I spend a lot of time with people, meeting brides, I started getting some insight onto human beings. And I watch eyes. Eyes tell everything. They don't lie. So I would hear a couple come to talk to me, and she would talk, and I would watch his eyes, and I go, after about 90 minutes, I go, they're not going to make it because he doesn't care what she says. He thinks she's just a blonde or whatever. And sometimes I'll watch him say something and watch her do the same thing. And I know, and I've been right, almost accurate every time that they're going to last or they're not going to last. So I wrote a book based on my marriage and what I can see to help marriages. So I'm getting ready to write a second one with my wife. We're going to co-write. And then I'm working on a sauce, an Alfredo sauce to launch pretty soon. So I'm getting some help on that. And some entrepreneurs have been great about helping me get in the right place. So a lot of things happening and more in the future. Just don't know where it's going to take me yet. I'm just on the mission field, if I can say it that way. So I got lots on my plate. Yep.
Yes, you sure do. So tell us what's been the greatest impact that COVID has had on your business?
Well, while interestingly enough, while my wife and I were at home going nowhere, we just talked to each other. Our marriage grew stronger. Whereas I spent time away from the house in my studio counseling people who had tried to take their lives, couples who had decided they wanted a divorce. It's funny because they couldn't, they can work, but they don't know how to communicate with each other. And so that did happen. So a lot of stuff like that happened. But for myself, it affected my economy, but I never lose heart. Whereas some people want to give up. And I know I watch, and I shouldn't rat out the wedding industry people, but there's a lot of people out there, and I'll probably get bad feedback from this, but my observation is that maybe the prices were too high and they need to balance things out a little bit. I still get work. I still get weddings. And people still talk to me, and I'm building good relationships with people. But the wedding industry as a whole has been like, let's go over the top so you can outdo the next person. And marriages don't always last because of that. So that's my observation from a lot of that. So for me, during this time, it's made me evaluate my prices, evaluate my approach to people. And actually, in the beginning of December, I caught COVID, and I was sick for 3 days. Felt like a flu, and I blow my nose a lot. So taste went away, things like that. But I was fatigued, and after that, I'm back to normal. It didn't last long. I quarantined myself, and I did really well. But I know others have got it really bad at times. So I'm not saying that I'm an exception to the rule. I don't know, but I think there's more survival than there is death, based on the people I've talked with. So for me, I'm just aware more, I would say. I don't want us to go overboard and go really silly about all this. We
So
still have to
Marty, what are one or two things you did during the pandemic to help your business, and how have those things been working for you?
Well, I stayed in touch with my clients. I talked to a lot of people and I still got with people. I still met face to face with people. Carefully, but I met face to face with people. And what's happening more than anything is many people are so afraid because of their fear, they don't do anything. I mean, even networking, I don't want to do Zoom meetings all the time. I don't mind this one-on-one. This is convenient for us, but I don't want to network on a Zoom meeting because I want to meet with people and talk with people.
Right.
But many people are afraid, and I'm not one of those. So, and a lot of people are panicking. I'm not one of those people. I'm a B-type personality. I just love people, and I just have to meet with people. And like I said, people come to my studio, and they and I met some brides and grooms who signed with me during the pandemic. They came to my studio, and they said they came upstairs to my studio wearing a mask, and I said, "This is a mask-free zone." So they said, "Thank God." They took that mask off, and it was like, I think most people don't want to wear it. We do it out of respect, and that's okay. I will do it out of respect. But when you walk up to me and say, "You need to wear your mask," I'll ask permission. Do I need to? Would you like me to wear my mask? If they prefer that I do, I'll wear it. I mean, I'm not going to be mean to people. Some people are just downright rude about it, and I'm not going to be that way because you lose your relationship with people when you do that. I'm not going to do that. So I would say that in the pandemic, I didn't lose hope. I always learned one thing about business: this too will pass.
Yes.
And I think most entrepreneurs know that we just got to stay the course. And I'm not going to give up on my dream because the pandemic tried to put me down. I'm not going to do it. So that's part of it, Tim. I'm staying the course where people give up. I'm just going to stay the course. And my wife's with me on this too. So we're together.
Fantastic. So here's an interesting question, Marty. It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what mistakes have you made along the way that other entrepreneurs can learn from your experience?
Well, we're all making mistakes. Okay. We all make mistakes, Tim, but I think the thing that I will do is, and I've known photographers, I'll use this as an example. I've known photographers says, "I can't stay in business. I'm going to have to go find a job." That ain't happening in my world. Nope, not happening. If you have a dream, stay your dream. You're going to go through tough times. I almost lost my house twice in the last 10 years due to economics and things like this. I stayed the course. I did not panic. I did communication with my mortgage company. Everything's okay. Got a lower interest rate. So you see, the good things can happen out of all this if you stay the course. As far as COVID, I will say this: My wife mentioned it once that you're a little bit cocky. So, and then I catch COVID. So I had to humble myself and realize that I can get it like anybody else can. So I'm not going out here all rambunctious, and I'm respectful. I've learned to have a different kind of compassion, and but somebody that's in a panic all the time, they're just full of fear. I don't know if I want to meet with those kind of people, per se. Anyway, just going back to your question again, wisdom is how to do the right things when you should be doing them. And I would say that I'm learning to ask different questions, maybe. I want to respect people. People deserve some respect. And we have a world that's lost its way. They're going berserk a little bit. But somebody out here has got to have some common sense. Somebody. And a lot of people out here that I talk with who have unfriended me on social media, all they wanted to do was rant, and I'll have a discussion, but they wanted to rant. So wisdom says, and I'm doing less chatting about that kind of stuff. And I think that's probably, you just so bad see when you start ramming it down people's throats. So I'm just more careful, I guess, and on social media anyway. One-on-one, I'll talk to you about things if you're open, but on social media, that's a dumb place to get into an argument.
Yeah, absolutely. So Marty, what areas of your business do you need to adapt further to be able to excel in 2021?
Well, I think for weddings, for example, there's going to be less people at weddings. Like I'm meeting a couple this evening, and when we meet, they were referred to me, and they reached out to me right away, and they heard good things about me, which is very positive. But things I'm going to do different. I just know there's not going to be a crowd. If they require masks at a wedding, I'll wear them. What the heck? They're paying me money to shoot a wedding. Now, if they want to wear masks and they got all these photos with masks on, they're going to regret that in 10 years. They're going to hate this. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's not my wedding. It's their wedding. So only thing I can do is, do you want masks on or masks off? I don't care. Yeah. But as far as adapting, I'm going to grow it as I can. I'm still going to do some shows, some bridal shows. I imagine the crowd will be a little different. But, Tim, when I meet people at shows in different places, typically people will sign with me the day that we meet, because I'm here to build a relationship, not to sell you a wedding package. I'm not here to sell anything. You either like my headshots or you don't. You like my wedding art or you don't. So if I'm going to push a sale that's like forcing you to buy, wouldn't you rather purchase something to be sold to? So I'm not going to do that. Same thing as I'm doing with my Alfredo sauce. I'm passing it out to people, letting them taste it and tell me what they think. And I'm getting some great reviews, and people say, "You put that on market, I'm buying this stuff." So I get an idea, Tim, and then I want to put it to the market and see what happens. The book the same way. I want to get it to market. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I'm not chasing the dollar. I'm chasing the dream. So I would say that's the biggest thing. I think there's always going to be room for your dream, room for your vision if you stay the course. There's always going to be, you talk about coaches, like you're an action coach. Well, there's a lot of coaches. I've met a lot of coaches. Y'all do great things. The good coaches do really extraordinary things. But you have to find your niche, and you can't give up. And it's more like my business, where you have to find the people that want to be your clients. It's not an easy chore. So it takes a special person to stay this course. You know that. So wisdom says to me, if you do the right things and you keep treating people right, you're going to get the financial support, and your dream's going to come alive. So that's simple. That's a simple way of saying it. So I don't know what else to say.
Fantastic. So second last question here, Marty. I've got your contact information that I'm going to include when we post this video. But is there anything else that you'd like to add? Any types of offers that you're running right now?
Well, I'm running a headshot off now. As far as weddings, for example, when it comes to weddings, I customize everything. Some people say they've got this special price and this is my price and I'm going to do it. And I'm not that way. I meet with a couple tonight. I'm going to meet with a couple. What is your need? What is important to you? Not how much money can I pad out of them. What's important to you? So I'll do that. Now I'm running specials on headshots, which I think the headshots are great. And I'll say this in my post here, but a tier 1 head, I'm doing 3 tiers. And I sent you the note. Tier 1 headshots just 150. You get 2 to 3 images. And that's it. No promotions, no anything. If you do a tier 2, you get 3 to 6 images. It's $300. And I post occasionally on social media and tell your story.
Mhm.
And I market you basically. Now there's the other one, tier 3 is $750, which includes all that. Plus I market you once a month for 18 months. So where are you going to get
Wow.
marketing for $25 a month for 18 months? You
Right.
can't find it. And people are still balking at that. I mean, I'm not trying to gouge people. This is once a month. You pick the day. If you said, I want to do a Friday, can you post on the first Friday of every month? The first Friday of every month, we're going to tell your story, post you on the first Friday of every month. Tell your story about Tim's action coach and what he likes to do. He likes to swim and he likes to snow ski or water ski or whatever he likes to do. They want to know those kind of things. That's the stories that I do. So it's a simple 3 tier. It's 150, 300, or 750. And the 750 is like the best deal on all of them for that. So
Fantastic. Well, I'll make sure to include that information when we post this. Last question here, Marty. What has been most inspiring to you during all of the craziness of the past year?
most inspiring, yeah, I would say people that don't try to sell you stuff but believe in you. And I think that that's the kind of people I want to hang around with. And so I found myself hanging around with entrepreneurs, and they never talk about money. You know, they always talk about the dream. So I'm enjoying that more than I am going to networking things where people want to sell you and partner up with you and blah, blah, blah. It's like I have dreamed for bottling Alfredo sauce. Where do I go? Because I have no idea. And then they tell me where to go without any added things like, what can I get out of it? To me, that tells me the kind of friends that I'm building, the new friends that I'm building. So if you're helping somebody with nothing to gain, it tells me that inspires me, because they're not after your dollar. They want to help you achieve greatness. And I want to do that with people. That's the kind of people I align myself with. And sometimes I don't always see that. So I'm narrowing my field of relationships, and I don't follow the pattern of everybody else. If the fish are going this way in a stream, I'm going the opposite way all the time, all the time, because you can't find your way doing what everybody else is doing.
Sure.
Find your own way. And, you know, I mean, that's simple enough. So that's my bottom note, I guess you want to say, bottom line.
Fantastic. Well, Marty, thank you so much. This concludes the interview. For those listening, if you are interested in getting a headshot or your wedding photographer from Marty, please reach out to him. I'll include his information in this post. If you'd like to have your business featured on our business spotlight, reach out to me and we'll get you scheduled. Marty, it's been a pleasure learning about you and your company today. I wish you tremendous success.
Yes, I'm shaking your hand right now, brother.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Tim. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Bye-bye now.